Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West.
There's an old saying that politics makes strange bedfellows, but I'll say that prospecting makes even stranger ones. Take this case of a retired Army officer who arrived here in Arizona in the 1880s with a grub stake looking for a partner. I'll call our story, for reasons I'm sure you'll understand later, Fair Exchange.
Pardon me, sir. I'm trying to locate Mr. Stoner. The mining man. He was referred to me by a friend back east.
Oh, Charlie Stoner.
Could you direct me to his office?
See that building across the street? The road to ruin? That's where he generally transacts his business.
Thank you.
What'll it be?
I'm looking for a Mr. Charles Stoner. I was told I might find him here.
Right down there, end of the bar. Fella trying to bum a drink.
Oh, no, there must be some mistake. Mr. Stoner is a mineralogist, a mining consultant.
Hey, Charlie, gentleman here wants to consult you.
Two whiskeys. I'm Major George Bullock. Our mutual friend, Captain Boyd, tells me you know more about ores than any man in Saline County.
In the whole stinking territory. What you got in mind, mister? I mean, Major.
Let's sit down. I was stationed at Fort Whipple for 3 years, so I know something about the desert, but I've had no practical experience in mining or prospecting.
That's where I come in. Everything that Boyd told you about me, Major, was true. I'm a rock hound from way back.
A long way back.
Oh, I know I sort of lost my grip. This devilish drink. But I can lick that. Give me a job to do away from all these deadfalls, and I'll be as good as I ever was. I swear it. All I need is a chance, Major. Just give me a chance. Couple of months. 1 month.
Well, I suppose I've got nothing to lose.
Done. Hey, Pop, bring us... Oh, I'm sorry.
You're on the wagon as of right now. Partner?
Yes, sirree. How soon do you want to start?
Now it's to terms.
You name 'em.
I provide the grub stake.
And me the know-how.
Share and share alike.
Come on around to the house and meet my wife. This'll be the best news that Phoebe's had in years.
Uh-oh. My bag.
Did you get rid of him?
I beg your pardon.
Never gives up hoping, Charlie don't, that he can bamboozle somebody into grub staking him. But it won't be a tough old army man, will it, Major?
He came all the way out here from the east with my name in his pocket.
I wanted to go prospecting for gold ever since I was a young shavetail.
He came to the right place, didn't he, Phoebe?
My husband's had plenty of experience.
Where's my bedroll, do you know?
With the rest of your stuff. What's left of it.
Seems like old times again. packing an outfit. Oh!
He's like a kid.
You're the answer to his prayer, Major.
He might be the answer to mine.
Charlie really does know war.
Let's hope he finds some.
He'll do his best. I think it's only fair to warn you, Major.
Phoebe? I can't find my kit. My assay kit. You got any idea where it went?
You sold it, Charlie.
Sold it? Oh, yeah.
He pawned nearly everything that wasn't nailed down.
I can provide whatever we need.
Major, please don't let my husband get his hands on any money.
Why?
This weakness of his for liquor, you just can't trust him. Oh, I don't mean he's dishonest.
I understand.
He wants to get back on his feet. He wants to the worst way.
I'm sure he will.
I'm glad you have faith in him. Because nobody else in the world has.
How about you?
I'm his wife.
Anybody there? Good. We can move in. We're in luck, Major. Find headquarters all set up for us.
You plan to stay here?
Sure.
So near town?
What's that got to do with it? If there's gold here,
Is there?
that's what we're going to find out. Well, everything's shipshape. Oh, say, pretty fancy cufflinks, Major.
A gift from a very fine woman. Very much like your Phoebe.
Scorpion. I got him. Well, guess I'll get up in the old bunk.
Oh, is that late? I say exactly 8:32. What do you say?
Nothing. I don't own a watch. I just go by my stomach. Well, good night, Major.
You mind if I read a while?
Not if you can keep your eyes open. More than I can do. Oh.
What's that? Who's there?
What? Huh? What happened?
Heard a noise.
Oh, for gosh sake, Major, it's only some little night critter.
Well, I don't like them in my bedroom. Well, you know what I mean.
Well, you better get back to sleep, Major. We got a lot of work to do tomorrow. Good morning, Major.
Charlie, you seen my watch?
Your watch?
Right beside my bunk last night. Now it's missing.
Huh. Sure it ain't in your own pocket?
No.
Huh. Well, that's the darndest. I heard a watch is running down before, but never away.
It's no joking matter, Charlie.
It'll show up.
It better. Before the end of the day, Charlie.
I'll rustle us some coffee.
Still doesn't make sense to me prospecting so near town.
Gold's where you find it.
Any gold around here been discovered long ago.
They found gold right on the buildings on the main street.
Like saloons? What's wrong?
Oh, this pick. Hasp's come loose. I'll have to go back to the shack and get another one.
Well, let's call it a day.
No. Won't take me long. I'll be right back.
What are you up to now, Charlie?
I'm sorry.
Replacing something that's missing?
If you think I took that watch of yours...
Then what were you doing in my bag? Looking for my stick pin, maybe my medal? Or was it my cufflinks?
No, I didn't touch them.
Let's stop playing games, Charlie. Why were you snooping in my bag?
If you must know, I was looking for a bottle. My hide was fairly cracking. Oh, I know I had no business. I'm ashamed of myself. But it won't happen again, Major, I promise.
Simply because I have no bottle. I'm going back to work, Charlie. But what I said this morning about that watch being replaced before the end of the day still goes.
Major. Nothing.
Charlie?
Charlie! Charlie! Hey, Pop, fill her up.
Ain't you had about enough for one night, Charlie?
I want to get drunk. That's my business.
Okay. Okay.
I thought I'd find you here. All right, Charlie, fork him over. Charlie, what'd you do with him?
Well, if it ain't the Major. What'll it be?
My gold watch and cufflinks. He stole them.
Well, I ain't seen nothing of him. He's paid for his drinks in cash.
Then he must have hocked them. All right, Charlie, where'd you hock them? Charlie, what did you do with my things?
Things. Beautiful things.
Keep an eye on it.
Where are you going?
To get the sheriff. I'll be back when he sobers up.
It'll be a good 24 hours. He's got a real skinful.
I'll go out and break up camp. The only reason he chose that place is so he could hightail it back to town. His own wife warned me.
Yeah, this will be a real blow to Phoebe.
Good night, Sheriff.
Good night.
Got your message, Sheriff.
I thought you might worry if Charlie didn't come home.
I didn't even know he was in town. I'll take him as soon as he's in any condition.
You, prepared to go bail?
Bail? Since when is getting drunk a crime?
Phoebe, your husband was locked up on a charge of grand larceny.
Oh, no. Who?
Major Bullock.
Please. You know Charlie. He won't try to run away. I'll be responsible.
I can get in trouble on...
Please, Ed.
Well, I don't think Charlie'd ever do anything to hurt you. All right.
Why did you do it? He trusted you.
Trusted my foot. He was double-crossing me.
Charlie, there's no excuse ever for stealing.
I took nothing but what was rightfully mine.
His watch and cufflinks.
Half of them nuggets belonged to me.
Nuggets?
Share and share alike. That was the agreement.
Did you say nuggets?
Sure. That buzzard struck gold and never told me. Hid it under his bunk where he thought I wouldn't find it.
Charlie, are you telling me the truth?
How do you think I got the money to get drunk? Oh, I know I shouldn't have fallen off the wagon, Phoebe, but I was so darn mad.
I'm mad, too. Come on. We're gonna drive out there right now and settle a few things with Mr. Major.
Hello, Major. Surprised to see me?
Well, how did you get out?
He was let out for good behavior.
Well, now, his being out probably explains what happened to my medal and my stick pin.
Now, look here,
They
Major.
were missing when I got back here.
Are you accusing me again? What would I want with a stupid medal?
I'm only saying...
You're a fine one to talk, you thieving hypocrite.
Charlie...
I should have had a showdown with you when I first found out, but I was a coward. That's what comes of losing your self-respect.
What in the world are you talking about? When you first found out what?
Pretended to give me a chance. A chance? All you wanted to do was to use me and then to cheat me.
Charlie may drink, but he wouldn't double-cross a partner.
What are you two talking about?
Don't play dumb, Major. I found them nuggets hid under your bunk.
And he only took his share.
No. I never saw these before in my life.
Then how did they get there?
I don't know. You can look in my bag. There's nothing there.
Nothing. Except this hole.
Looks like something gnawed it.
Well, I'll be everlastingly gall darned we've had visitors, Major. Four-legged ones. I'm sorry for all the names I just called you, Major. Do you have any more jewelry?
Well, certainly not.
No, I can't use your wedding ring.
Charlie, what are you driving at?
I gotta find something shiny.
Charlie, what in the world are you doing?
Now just sit down and stay put, even if it takes all night. And don't make a sound, or else wait outside. You too. It won't be long now.
Where are you going?
He's taking it to his nest. What did I tell you? Why, watch.
Your medal.
That little rascal, he stole them. Charlie, Charlie. Hey, where'd he go?
Charlie, we found everything.
Charlie, I want to apologize for even thinking that you'd steal these.
Junk.
Junk?
Compared to what the critter left us in exchange. He's what's known as a pack rat or a trade rat. He's full of tricks. He can't resist stealing, especially shiny things. But for everything he takes, he leaves something in its place.
The nuggets.
The nuggets. And here's where they come from. A whole ledge of gold. We've struck it rich.
Partners.
And that's the story how one of the great gold mines of Saline, Arizona was discovered. It made its owners rich. But more than that, it made a mannequin of Charlie. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. There have been countless stories about the search for pearls. Stories of hardship and adventure, of violence and intrigue. But none of them has had a more fantastic ending than this one. That happened in the early 1800s, right here in our own backyard. I call it Ship of No Return. The story begins at the Cortez Hacienda near the little town of Tehuantepec, Mexico, where Don Cortez has just discovered his daughter, Manuela, in the arms of a stranger.
Who is this man?
I am Edward Peel, sir.
I have heard of him, Don Cortez. He is the British seaman who deserted his ship.
I did not desert. I only signed on as far as...
How and why you left your ship is your own affair. I am only concerned with the manner in which you have defied our customs to pay attention to my daughter.
That is my fault, Father. I was afraid that you would not...
Please do not interrupt. Senor, you are here without my permission, and I would be justified in shooting you as a trespasser. But I will reserve that pleasure in the event you try to return. Now, please go.
Father, please.
I realize how you feel, sir, but if we could just talk this over...
Talking should have been done beforehand.
I won't give her up, sir. Whether you like it or not, we're going to be married.
You would defy my wishes?
I love him, Father.
Gonzalez? Capitan Iturbi, I understand you are having difficulty in getting a crew for your ship. Here is a man I heartily recommend.
Take him to the ship, Senor Gonzalez.
No! No! Please, Father!
Manuela!
Oh, no. You are not Shanghaiing me.
After him!
Eduardo! 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 Let me go! Let me go!
I will not let you throw yourself away on a worthless sailor.
But I love him! I love him!
Let me out of here!
I'd advise you to put me ashore, Captain Iturbi.
I am sorry, senor. But Don Cortez is the owner of this boat, and I am only carrying out his orders. While we are on this trip, you will be treated as one of the crew and receive the same pay. I trust you will be wise enough to accept the situation.
He will accept it, mi Capitan. Or he will accept this. You have 5 minutes to eat your food. Then we will see what kind of a sailor you are.
Kiori hear men talk. Tell why you on ship. Too bad.
You speak English.
Speak good. Padre teach me. Name Kiori.
What kind of a ship is this?
Pearl ship.
Pearl ship.
We go Golfo, California. Bring up oyster. Take pearl. Kiori diver.
How long will we be gone?
Oh, depend on pearl. Maybe 4 months, maybe long time.
Months. Do we stop at any ports, villages?
No ports, no villages.
But we do come close to land.
Oh, we come close plenty time. But no good you leave ship.
Why?
No place go. Mountain, desert, very bad. Leave ship, maybe die quick. Kiori have girl one time, like you. Take away, never see again. Know how you feel here. Very sorry.
Thank you, shipmate.
waited patiently for 2 weeks for you to get over this infatuation for this Englishman. Now I order you to forget him.
Order? Love is not like a candle, Father, that you can light and put out with an order.
Nor should it be like a blindfold, which prevents you from seeing the duty you owe to your family. You are a Cortez, Manuela. Now don't
Please, Father, I have a headache. I'm going to my room.
You will return to your guests and do what is expected of you.
Come in. What is it, senor?
Chiori tells me that divers are allowed to keep every 11th pearl they find.
That is correct. The first 10 to the ship and the next 1 to the diver.
I'd like to be a diver, sir.
1 pearl out of every 11 does not mean you will go back rich, Senor Baird.
At least it will give me a chance to go back with something.
That is true. And if you are fortunate, who knows? I admire a man who makes the most out of his situation, senor. Particularly one that is not of his own choosing. If Chiori will teach you, you have my permission.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, there is a ship's rule. While we are anchored at the pearl beds, divers are relieved of ship's duty.
Yes, sir.
What Captain say?
He said yes, if you'll teach me.
I teach.
Stand by to lower sail. Drop anchor. Yo, get board on the anchor chain. Give him a hand. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. Get those boats over. It's a good day for diving, and we want to make the most of it. Very pretty country, eh, amigo? If you think maybe you'd like to walk back to the senorita, now's a good time to go, eh? The divers can handle their own gear. Go forward and coil the anchor line. I'm talking to you, Englishman!
You should find out who you can give orders to, amigo. A pearl ship is anchored at the beds. Divers are relieved of all ship's duty.
Who said you were a diver?
Captain Iturbi.
Why did you not tell me before?
I was just waiting for a chance, amigo.
Bianco and Lucas, have another, Capitan.
We've got another!
Yeah, Senor Peel and Chiori, number 3.
No more.
I'll get some more from the canoe.
No more in canoe.
Out of oysters already, eh? And the others are just getting started. You better get yourself a partner, Chiori, who can bring up his own share. Or you won't get enough out of this trip to buy a bottle of vino.
best spot we've hit. Twice as much shell down there, and bigger. Doesn't look like these beds have ever been worked.
1 month ago, Kiori afraid you not be diver. Now think like diver, talk like diver. Make better diver than Kiori.
You're a good teacher.
You have good reason to learn.
Looks like we're in for a blow.
Storm come quick in Golfo.
We'd better get back to the ship.
Have you noticed me, Capitan? The pearls are getting bigger as we move up the Gulf.
See, and more plentiful. I do not think that many ships come this far north. Right now, Senor Gonzalez, we now have almost twice as many pearls as we got the last time. And we've only been out half as long.
It's too bad that they're not ours. We would never have to go to sea again.
Such thoughts only make one unhappy.
See? But sometimes it is difficult not to think them.
Excuse me, sir. Why are you not diving? Because I don't like the looks of the weather.
Weather?
Yes, sir. There's a storm coming up. It's closing in faster.
Senor Gonzalez, you better call in the other boats.
But me, Capitan,
Call them in.
Kiori, call in the other boats.
We better set a course along the coast toward the mouth of the Colorado River. Should find sheltered water there.
See me, Capitan.
Take it to the reef and the foresail. I'll give you the orders. Then you'd better give it before the foresail carries away. Reef the foresail. Give him a hand.
Senor Gonzalez! Those rocks don't show on the chart.
I suggest we turn about and head down the coast.
What do you think, Senor Field?
Too risky, sir. Like pulling masts out of her.
Hold her steady as she goes.
Got some cracked ribs, partner. I better get something to bind you up with.
The hurricane is blowing. Then suddenly the wind stops, and the sea is as smooth as glass. It is not possible.
look, nothing but land. Did you see anything from up on the mast, Senor Peel?
Nothing but land on all sides. The main body of water is at least 10 miles away. No channel? Nothing. But there may be a way out that I've missed. I'd like to take a boat and search the shoreline.
Yes. Good idea. Take any men you need.
Yes, sir. You men, come with me. Stand by to lower a boat. There's no way out, Captain. We're on an inland sea that was formed by the wave that carried us here.
We watched the shore. This I can understand. But waves large enough to wash a ship over 10 miles of land?
There is a channel someplace. It is only you did not find it. There is no channel. We'll have to abandon ship and try to get back on foot. It is nearly 300 miles to the nearest settlement. How far do you think we will get in a desert like this? Farther than a ship on a landlocked sea.
Senor Peel is right. It is better to take a desperate chance than no chance at all. Firearms will be issued and each man will carry his own rations. I would suggest that we travel together. But once ashore, each man will make his own decision. We will start at daylight. You will please stay, Senor Gonzalez. It is not a good feeling for a Capitan to lose his ship, Senor Gonzalez. Hold this, please. My one consolation is this fortune in pearls. If anything happens to me, I'm depending on you to see that Don Cortez gets them.
You can trust me, mi Capitan.
Has anybody left the ship?
No, sir. We're ready to shove off now.
Well, no man leaves until he's been searched. Open up your gear and spread it on the deck.
What's wrong, Captain?
The pearls have been stolen from my cabin. Gonzalez? Where is Senor Gonzalez?
I haven't seen him this morning. I thought he was with you.
Are any boats missing?
Yes, sir. There's one adrift near the shore. We thought it had broken loose.
Gonzalez. Get the men into the boats. Hold the last one for me.
All right, men, into the boats. Lively now. Let's go. Shipmate, we're ready to shove off now.
Chiori, no go.
Not go?
Still much hurt. No can walk.
Well, then I'll carry you.
Not carry far in desert. You go. Maybe 2-3 weeks I follow.
2 or 3 weeks, but you can't.
Take Pearl for Chiori. If I not come back, give to Senorita.
Captain?
I am ready.
I'm not leaving, sir.
What?
Chiori's not able to walk, so I'm staying with him.
We can make a litter. The men can take turns carrying him.
You yourself said once we hit the beaches, it's going to be every man for himself.
But if you stay here...
He thinks he'll be able to walk in a few weeks. After all he's done for me, the least I can do is stand by and give him what help I can.
You are a man of great courage, Senor Peel. I'm sorry I had any part in bringing you aboard this ship. Good luck.
Same to you, Captain. And I hope you catch up with Gonzalez.
He will not get far.
Well, this is what I call pretty fancy, partner. Bunking in the captain's cabin, eating the captain's food, and drinking the captain's wine. Nothing like enjoying yourself while you can. Down the hatch. Sounds like somebody on the deck. Evidently, he never left.
Never left? No, he just wanted the captain to think he had, so he could follow along behind and let them lead him out of here. Hey, look.
What you say is true, Padre. I did have Senor Peel forcibly taken on the Pearl ship, but I only meant to be rid of him. I meant him no physical harm. When Capitan Iturbe returned and told me what had happened, I was deeply grieved.
None of us can see the far-reaching consequences of an act, my son. That is why we must try to live beyond reproach.
I know, Padre, I know, but I only did what any man in my position would have done. You know our customs.
Customs should never be an excuse for intolerance. Because love does not recognize barriers and restrictions does not in itself make it wrong.
I realize that now. When I sent him away, I was thinking only of myself. If there were only something I could do to make amends, Manuela.
There is, my son. Oh, señores.
Eduardo! Eduardo!
These belong you.
Pearls? How did you get them?
Long story. Senor Peel tell later. Right now, busy.
And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country.
It's hard to believe an American citizen ever needed a passport to enter or leave California. But back in 1828, when California was a province of Mexico, those who dared to cross its borders soon found out the price of a passport.
It's no use, son. You'll have to go on without me.
I won't leave you, Father. All right, the rest of you go on. We'll manage.
We've been together for over 2,000 miles. We're not going to separate now just because we're out of food.
Please go on. No reason why we all should perish here in the wilderness.
The wilderness is behind us now, Father. This road must lead to some settlement. Soldiers in uniform. Mexicans.
We must be in California.
Oh, some good food and a little rest, and you'll be your old self in no time.
Howdy.
Who are you? Where do you come from?
We're Americans. A party of trappers from Missouri.
Americanos, Capitan.
We don't have any food or ammunition. Is there a settlement near here?
San Diego is just over that next ridge. We will take you there.
Did you hear that, Father?
As our prisoners.
Prisoners?
I am sorry, senor, but I am under orders to arrest all foreigners.
Whose orders?
His Excellency General Jose Maria Echandia, Governor of California. We will go.
Your Excellency, but it wouldn't be right for me to accept such a lavish gift.
It's a mere token of my esteem and affection for you, Senorita Pico. Were it not that the night air affects my throat, I would be under your window each night with a guitar.
Oh, I shouldn't want to be the cause of your catching a cold, Your Excellency.
Open the gate!
My brother and his men seem to have some prisoners with them.
A splendid officer, your brother. And there's no reason why his promotion should cease at a mere captain's. What have we here, Captain Pico?
We found these men just over the ridge, Your Excellency.
Americanos.
Spies.
Well, no, sir. Just a party of trappers.
I do not believe you.
My name's James Patty. And this is my father. He's a leader of our party.
We have a permit allowing us to trap from the governor of Santa Fe.
A forgery.
Well, no, sir. That's the governor's signature.
I swear it. You signed it in my presence.
In any case, it's worthless here in California. Put them in prison, Sergeant.
But you have no right to...
Lock them up!
But we've done nothing wrong!
Put each one of them in solitary confinement until they admit they're spies.
Please, Your Excellency, let me and my father stay together. He's sick and he needs me.
Sick? Take him away from me! Take him away from me! So, you would infect us as well as betray us. Away with him!
You don't have to drag me. I can walk. I don't want your stinking victuals. You can feed them to the pigs.
Signor Patti.
My sister Carlotta asked to come with me.
It was you I saw the day they brought us here. With the governor.
Yes.
Well, maybe you can persuade him to let me see my father.
Your father is dead, senor. Quietly, in his sleep, early this morning.
That is why I asked to accompany my brother here. I wanted to let you know how very sorry I am. My brother has made arrangements for you to attend your father's burial. I know it may not seem like much, but...
I understand. Thank you. How about my father's belongings? The kit he was carrying when you arrested us.
I have it in my possession. I'll have it brought to you.
Thank you. It contains medicines for our party for the trip home. Captain, when are we going to get out of here?
I can't say.
Well, it's been over a week now, and there's been no mention of a trial.
I will be honest with you, senor. The governor has no intention of giving you and your friends a trial.
Does he expect us to rot in prison? We're American citizens. We have our rights.
But if you could only convince him you're not spies.
But do we look like spies? Why should we be spying? And spying for whom?
His Excellency is suspicious of everyone.
Well, there must be some way to go over his head.
If El Presidente only knew what was going on. But it is impossible to get word to the capital. You see, we are all virtually prisoners here.
Well, there must be some way I can free my men. It's up to me now that my father's gone.
If you had money, you could buy your freedom.
His Excellency always has need of money.
I've got it.
Money?
No, but the next best thing to it. Take me to the governor. I have a proposition that I think will interest him. Your Excellency, would a fortune in furs convince you that we're honest trappers and not spies?
You think I'm fool enough to hand you back your guns and then let you go hunting? Oh, no.
But we already have the furs. Safely cached.
Where?
By the Colorado River.
100 miles away.
Well, we couldn't take them with us when we struck out across the desert, so we buried them. Beavers worth their weight in gold. Your Excellency, if you'll let us go and get them, we'll bring them back to San Diego. And then we'll give you as many as you want. All of them. In exchange for our passports.
This is just a trick to escape.
You can send an armed guard with us.
It would only take a few weeks, Your Excellency.
Give them permission.
And why are you so interested, señorita?
Every woman dreams of beautiful furs, Your Excellency.
Very well. Captain Pico, you will be in command. Take Sergeant Alvarez and a detail of 2 soldiers. That should be enough to guard 1 man.
1 man?
The rest of your party will remain here as hostages.
Your Excellency, if you will let the other members of Senor Petty's group accompany him, I shall take full responsibility for...
You have your orders, Captain.
Sergeant?
Just around the bend. Come on.
I don't see any furs, senor.
This is where we buried them. This is the pit we dug, what's left of it. Here's some of the deerskins we used to line it with.
You don't think someone stole them?
No, it must have been a flash flood from the mountains.
Sergeant, ride down the arroyo and see if you can find any beaver pelts.
You asked me, there never were any.
I gave you an order. Go with him.
Captain, if they do find any, they won't be worth anything. Lying out there in the sun.
This is your chance to escape.
Escape?
Yes. When they return, I will pretend to be unconscious. I will tell them you attacked me, struck me over the head, and got away. There's food and water in that pack.
Thank you, Captain. If I don't go back to San Diego, there are 4 Americans who'll pay for it with their lives.
If you go back without any furs, you will all be shot as spies.
It's better to die with friends.
So, you take my men on a fool's errand at my expense.
But I've already explained to you, sir.
I should have ordered all of you executed the day you arrived. Take him away and lock him up. Don't look so downcast, senorita. What is it? Who is this man?
He was picked up just offshore in a small boat.
A boat? Where did it come from?
It was a boat from a ship, Your Excellency. The name was on the side. The Franklin.
An American ship. Making ready to land, no doubt. Do you know this man, Senor Paddy?
No, sir.
He's an American.
There are 10 million Americans, sir.
You are both part of the same spy ring. You come by land, he comes by sea. Now tell me, where's your ship? At what port does it intend to land? How many aboard? He's bluffing.
He's fainted, Your Excellency.
If he thinks he can prevent me from getting an answer, he's greatly mistaken.
He's dead.
Dead? Are you sure?
His shipmates must have set him adrift. Afraid that the rest of the crew would come down with the plague.
Plague?
Smallpox.
Smoke. It's a lie. It's a trick. Another spy trick.
Well, go ahead. Take a look for yourself. He's all broken out.
You would contaminate me.
You're already contaminated.
Find the leech. Get some sulfur powder and bring it to my quarters immediately. And get rid of that thing. Get rid of it, I said. Sergeant Alvarez, dispose of the body.
I don't want to catch the plague.
Then get your men to bury it.
I'm not afraid to touch the body. I'll bury him. If you don't want the whole town to break out with the plague, you better stay by yourselves. You've all been exposed.
The sergeant said you wanted to see us.
Yes. Well, you can enter my cell. There's nothing to be afraid of.
But you touched the body.
Oh, there was no danger. I'm immune to smallpox. Come in. I'll protect you from the disease.
What makes you immune to this disease?
You wear a charm?
Well, you might say that. Now, this is where I was vaccinated.
What?
My father studied medicine. He vaccinated all of us before we started out. Now, Captain, if you'll please remove your jacket and roll up your sleeves. Senorita, kindly bare your arm. This won't hurt.
I'm not afraid.
Are you sure?
With my own ears, I heard him boast that he is safe.
that he has a medicine which protects him from the disease.
With him in his cell?
No longer. I brought it with me. Such an act of resourcefulness, if you'll pardon me, Your Excellency, should entitle me to a lieutenancy.
I'll make you a captain. I'll give you a special citation for saving my life.
And I want some of the medicine, too.
Of course, of course. Where is it? Which is the magic vial?
I don't know, Your Excellency.
Well, what is the medicine? A draft, a powder, an unguent?
I don't know, sir.
You watch me sicken with smallpox and say you don't know? I'll strip you of your rank. I'll make you a private.
Your Excellency, perhaps you can persuade Senor Paddy to tell us which one it is.
Bring him here. Pronto!
Senor Paddy, wake up! Wake up!
I'm awake.
His Excellency requests your presence in his quarters.
Requests? I thought he would.
You wanted to see me? Yes. The medicine for the smallpox. I desire to know which one it is.
No, were I in your position, I should also want to find out.
Which one is it, Paddy? Perhaps it's not in the kit. Perhaps you have hidden it somewhere.
Oh, no. No, it's in there. Enough serum to vaccinate everyone who's been exposed.
The others can wait. Treat me now.
On one condition. Freedom for me and my party. Signed passports.
I do not make deals with spies.
Well, those are my terms.
You swine. It appears that I do not have much choice in the matter, so I agree to your terms.
All right, I'll vaccinate you. Take off your robe and roll up your sleeve. It's applied to the arm.
Medicine. Where is it?
What's in the eye of the needle? But first I have to break the skin with the pointed end. Keep it covered.
Take him back to his cell and lock him up.
But what about me, my vaccination?
Oh, I forgot. Vaccinate him.
Wait a minute. What do you mean, lock him up in a cell again? You gave me your word that you were going to issue passports to my men and me.
There is no need of keeping one's word to a spy.
I'm afraid you've outsmarted yourself this time, Governor.
Outsmarted myself?
Well, I thought you'd go back on your word. So I didn't use any smallpox vaccine.
What? What did you use?
Plain alcohol. Oh, it won't do you any harm, but it won't do you any good either.
You're lying.
Am I? Do you know which vial I used?
No. Well, you'll face a firing squad unless you use the correct one right now. You refuse?
Well, how do I know you wouldn't go back on your word again?
Do as I say, or you'll never leave this room.
Well, if you're willing to gamble with your life, I might as well gamble with mine. But with a bullet, death comes quickly. And yours would be slow and gnawing. You saw how the seaman died.
You're a good gambler, senor. I accept your terms. Let's get it over with.
All right, I'll do it. But not now, and not here. And now, Senorita, if you'll give me the passports the governor so kindly signed.
You see, I do keep my word.
Oh, well, I thought you might, especially with so many of your subjects as witnesses.
Was it necessary for you to humiliate me in front of them by making me wait until last?
Oh, well, that wasn't my intention at all. It was just, well, the others needed it more than you. You see, I vaccinated you last night.
But only with plain alcohol.
Oh, no, with the real thing.
So, you fooled me again.
Oh, by the way, 2 doses might give you a little fever. I suggest you go to bed for a couple of days.
Oh, yes, I shall. I feel somewhat feverish already. Did you hear him? He vaccinated me 2 times. I'm twice as safe as the rest of you.
Goodbye, Signor Patti.
Well, you haven't seen the last of me, Senorita.
You are staying in California?
Well, a large supply of vaccine is due in on a ship which arrives in Monterey in a couple of days. And there are many in California who need protection from smallpox.
And the governor thought you an enemy of our people. I have never met anyone like you, Signor.
Nor have I met anyone like you. I shall think of you often, Carlotta.
And I shall never forget you, Signor. How could I when I bear your mark?
Captain?
Good luck, Senor.
Passport granted to James Patti identified him as sometime Surgeon Extraordinary to His Excellency the Governor of California. And Patti remained on the West Coast long enough to vaccinate more than 20,000 residents. James Ohio Patti did indeed leave his mark on California. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. It is the year 1881. More than 30 years have passed since the first cry of gold in California went echoing around the world. But still the stagecoaches rolled, carrying treasure from the mines, no longer in the form of dust, but bars of solid bullion zealously guarded by Wells For at every bend in the road lurked bandits who believed that
gold is where you find it. The Sonora stage bound for San Francisco is just loading on this hot midsummer day. The one-lady passenger is pretty Jeannie Porter, niece of the local Wells Fargo agent.
Goodbye, Uncle Cliff.
Have a good trip, my dear. I'll look for you back in a couple of weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. This gentleman was about to sit there.
That's all right. I'm riding on top.
Thank you.
Oh, Jim.
I'll see you when we stop to change horses, Jeannie.
That it? Another bout's coming. $125,000 in bullion.
And Jeannie wonders why I'm riding on top.
Well, she knows nothing about it, of course.
You thought it would make her nervous?
When you've been with Wells Fargo a little longer, you'll realize that the less anybody knows about treasure shipments, the better. That's why I waited until the last minute to put it on.
Well, goodbye, sir.
Good luck. Westbound stage for Frisco, 10 bars bullion. Driver, Hank Green. Jim Burney, detective, riding shotgun.
It's a hot day.
It is August.
Would you object if I loosen my collar and tie? I know it's not polite in the company of a lady.
No. I've already removed my gloves. I couldn't stand them any longer.
Thank you.
Hey, pull up! Drop your gun! Drop that shotgun. Now the gun and belt. You two. All right, now throw down those boxes. Hey, one at a time. Hey, get back inside.
Well, you dirty blackguard.
Stay inside. All right, get going. And don't stop.
This just came in, sir.
Bad news, sir? From Jim Burney. Stage was held up the other side, a Chinese camp. Lost the whole shipment.
10 bars of bullion? Holy smoke.
He's at Oakdale Station awaiting orders. Wire Bernie to return here at once.
Yes, sir.
You come face to face with the man, but can't describe him.
Well, he had his hat pulled down and a bandana over his face.
His voice. You heard his voice.
It was low and harsh, probably disguised.
That's a big help.
Well, I'm just telling you, sir.
Tell me how he got wind of the fact there was treasure aboard, huh? Tell me that.
I don't know, sir.
He wasn't working alone. That's certain.
Well, there was only one set of footprints at the scene of the holdup. I examined the ground thoroughly.
He had a Confederate on the stage, someone who gave him a signal. Did you question the passengers? Did you?
Well, according to Jeannie, they were all dozing inside when it happened.
Like the detective up topside.
We had no chance to put up a fight, sir.
I know. I'm not blaming you. All I care about is recovering that gold. It's somewhere. 10 bars of bullion can't just disappear into thin air.
Well, I'll do my best.
Your job depends on it. $125,000 is a whale of a loss for Wells Fargo to take. So you just get busy before whoever stole those bars melts them down.
Why would he melt them down? All he can do is make gold bars out of them again.
By melting them down, he'll destroy the numbers and weight stamped on them so they can't be identified.
Of course. Stupid of me.
I'll give you 10 days to uncover some evidence. Meanwhile, we'll post notices offering a reward.
I see they have a reward posted.
A lot of money. Well, Mr. Crothers, how's the arm?
Oh, it's fine, Mr. Bernie. Say, I think I have some information that may be of interest to Wells Fargo.
Well, in that case, come right into the office.
I have some information also.
Oh, you two are together?
No, we just happened to meet here while reading the notice. Say, Mr. Bernie of Wells Fargo, this is Mr.
Barnes, Edward Barnes, mining engineer. Glad to know you, sir. Shall we step inside, gentlemen?
By all means.
Well, Mr. Nichols, I don't know how useful this will be to you. It may be just a wild stab in the dark. But I thought I'd come in and tell you anyhow. All during that holdup, there was something very familiar about that bandit's voice. But hanged if I could place him. Then last night, all of a sudden, it came to me. About a week or so ago, I was in a restaurant up in Columbia. Sitting next to me was a man with red hair. I guess the red hair was the reason I sort of noticed him. Well, sir, two of the waitresses came over to him, and both of them started to take his order. And he said, hey, one at a time. The very words that express agents use, and he told you to throw down the express boxes.
Their voices sounded alike?
And no mistake about it. To my way of thinking, they're one and the same fella.
Aside from his having red hair, can you remember anything else about his appearance?
Oh, he looked like any miner.
How tall was he?
I told you he was sitting down. But he was a husky build. I'd say weighed, 190, 200 pounds. Well, that's about all there is to it. Not much to go on.
Mr. Crowlers, before the holdup, did you notice any of the stage passengers who were acting suspiciously?
Suspiciously?
Yeah, leaning out the window, waving a handkerchief?
Why, I had my own handkerchief out. I was mopping my brow.
In other words, you noticed nothing?
No, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Crowthers. Would you mind waiting a minute while we speak with the other gentleman, in case some more questions come up?
Why, not at all.
Will you come in, Mr. Barnes? Mr. Nichols, Mr. Barnes.
I understand you have some information regarding the Sonora stage robbery.
Oh, perhaps, perhaps not. Anyway, I thought it worth passing on.
Worth $5,000, you hope. Well, so do I. What is it?
Well, in the afternoon of August 18th, that was the date of the holdup, I was riding along the road going in the same direction the stage had taken, only some miles behind it. Shortly before I got to the bend of the road, a man came riding toward me at full gallop. His saddlebags were bulging and he carried a gun.
What did he look like?
Well, he passed me too quickly to get much of a description, but there's one thing I did notice because his hat had fallen off. He had red hair.
Red?
A real brick color.
Mr. Barnes, could you give us any idea of the size of this man?
Well, not with any degree of accuracy. He was riding like the wind.
Would you say he was large or small?
Oh, on the large side, probably tipped the scales at 200 pounds.
What kind of horse was he riding?
Oh, that's not important. He could change horses. Thank you, Mr. Barnes. Thank you very much.
I'm glad if I've been able to help, sir.
Well, you and Mr. Crothers both.
Do you want to question me some more?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Crothers. Your description of the suspect tallied perfectly with that of Mr. Barnes.
Would you leave your addresses, please?
San Francisco, general delivery.
I'm leaving shortly for Mexico to attend to some mining interests, but mail addressed to me at Chihuahua will reach me.
Good. Well, now we're really on the track of something.
Speaking of tracks, sir.
I've gotten more information out of those two men in 5 minutes than you've given me in the past 5 days.
I'd still like to know what kind of horse that bandit could have been riding.
It's the rider we're after, man, not the horse.
But my point is...
And you call yourself a detective?
I'm doing my best, Mr. Nichols.
It's not good enough for Wells Fargo. You're fired.
Oh, Jim, how dreadful to have fallen down on your very first assignment.
But I didn't. If I'd been given just a little more time, I'd have got to the bottom of this case.
I feel so responsible.
It's not your fault. It's just my hard luck.
I asked my uncle to hire you.
You did?
Yes, I told him how wonderful you were. I really believed it.
But you don't anymore.
Weren't there any clues you could follow up?
There's the testimony that's just come in about a thick-set red-headed man.
Nothing else?
The footprints and other tracks around the empty express boxes, and this.
Well, that's my glove.
Yes.
Well, where did you find it? I lost it at the time of the holdup.
And I picked it up in the road about a mile this side of the holdup place.
Well, how in the world?
Your uncle has a theory that someone in the stage was in cahoots with the robber. Signaled him there was gold aboard.
Well, I still don't understand.
As a detective, may I point out that a glove thrown from the window would make a mighty good signal?
Jim, Bertie, are you implying that I threw that glove out on purpose to warn a bandit?
I'm only trying to point out...
I've never been so insulted in all my life.
Will you please let me finish?
I've heard all I want to.
Jeannie, listen. I'm just trying to tell you that any other detective on the job would put you through a grilling.
Any other detective wouldn't be as stupid as you are.
We'll see.
Let me have that glove. Oh, Jim, where are you going?
Away from here.
Oh, Jim, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said. Oh, please come back.
When this case has been solved, and not until then. Goodbye.
Jim!
sack of mail for the boys up in the mines, and worth its weight in gold.
Speaking of gold, Uncle Cliff,
We're still as much in the dark as ever.
and it's been months now since the holdup,
We raised the reward, put our top men on the job.
and even they can't solve it. You never should have fired him, Uncle Cliff.
Who? Jim Burney?
It wasn't fair.
I'm afraid I did act impulsively. But I thought we'd uncovered a really hot trail.
The red-headed man.
Yes. Who disappeared, apparently, from the face of the earth, along with 500 pounds of bullion. Does Burney still hold it against me?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him in all these months.
I didn't realize you cared that much about him, Jeannie.
If anything's happened to him, I'll never forgive myself.
Oh, nothing's happened to him.
But it's not like him not to write.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll send word to all the Wells Fargo offices to keep an eye out for him. If he's anywhere in this country, they'll locate him.
Cliff.
Tell you the truth, I sort of had that young fellow on my own mind. Jeannie, a wire just came in from our head office in San Francisco. Expect Jim Burney on afternoon stage, Friday. That's all it says.
That's enough.
Here you are, sir. Here's your bandit and his confederate.
And here's your gold.
When Mr. Barnes was in here testifying that day last summer, he gave Chihuahua as a forwarding address.
Well, that was a darn fool thing to do.
So I decided to follow him there.
Why?
There was nothing to keep me here any longer. I reached Chihuahua just as he and his partner were preparing to go off into the mountains. And who should his partner prove to be but our friend Mr. Crothers? A most delightful surprise. They had quite a pack outfit. Camp supplies, mining tools. All they lacked was a cook. And they managed to line one up the day before they left. A Mexican by the name of Pancho. He was a surly fellow, spoke almost no English. But he could rustle grub, and that was all that mattered. Until one day...
Why, you dirty thieving son of a gun. I'll teach you to keep your hands off our gold.
What's going on here?
This low-life greaser's been helping himself to our dust.
No, senor,
I
no.
caught him at it inside the tent. He had a sack of it right in his hand. And he's going to pay for it with his hide.
Don't be a fool. What are a few pinches of dust compared with the gold we've got? And where are we going to find ourselves another cook out here in these wilds?
Well, I don't like the fella, and I never have.
Won't be for much longer. A couple of more bars to grind up, and we'll be on our way back to Frisco. Ready to live like princes. You, Pancho, get a move on.
Si, senor.
Russell Scrub.
So that's how they worked it. Took the bullion to Mexico and ground it up.
You got the story from Pancho?
I was Pancho.
You?
I suspected him from the beginning, and you wouldn't let me horsewhip him.
Well, I'll be darned.
Once back in Chihuahua, we parted company. We made our ways north separately, I by land and they by sea. I got to San Francisco ahead of them, so I waited at Wells Fargo. I knew it would only be a matter of time before they turned up with their newly mined gold. But I didn't think you'd be so stupid as to deposit the whole 6,000 ounces. Almost exactly the amount of the stolen bars.
That was a coincidence, and we can prove it in court. I can also prove I have a bona fide gold mine in Mexico.
You won't have a leg to stand on in court. Not in the face of Mr. Burney's evidence.
He's got no evidence. Oh, sure, he followed us to Chihuahua, all right. Disguised himself like a little boy playing detective. But he never laid eyes on any bars of bullion because there weren't any there. What we ground up, we dug from the mine.
That's perfectly true. I never did see any bars of bullion. They were mighty smart about it. Carried on the whole operation somewhere underground.
And then he has the nerve to arrest us. We should be suing you for stealing, helping yourself to our dust.
Only a few pinches. What are a few pinches? But I had to go through every ounce of gold dust before I found what I wanted. If you'll take a look at that through a magnifying glass, what do you see, sir?
The insignia of the mill that shipped the bullion.
Exactly. Not complete, but enough there to be unmistakable. I was able to piece the bits of gold together, unfortunately for Barnes and Crothers. They didn't grind it quite fine enough.
What did you want to do? Add murder to the charges already against you? Take him out and lock him up. Get his wound attended to.
That's twice he's been winged in the same shoulder. It was a neat trick of Barnes shooting him during the holdup to throw off suspicion.
You still haven't told us what made you suspicious.
It was a simple matter of arithmetic.
What do you mean?
You remember Barnes telling us about the red-headed man on horseback, riding like the wind?
Yes.
Saddlebags bulging, presumably with bullion. 10 bars of it, each bar weighing 50 pounds. That's 500 pounds. Add to that the weight of the man. Barnes and Crothers both agreed he weighed over 200. And that horse would have been carrying a total of more than 700 pounds at a gallop. An impossible feat. Even walking, a horse can carry only about 250 pounds any distance.
Jim, how smart of you.
Then how did he tote the bullion off?
By wagon. I found the wheel tracks in the bushes where he dragged the boxes from the road.
And you never told me this?
Well, I tried to, that last day.
You took a long chance trailing those two down to Mexico. One little slip on your part, and your life wouldn't have been worth a dime.
Don't think I didn't know it. May I see you back to your house?
Thank you.
Just a minute. Your $10,000 reward. Nice little nest egg.
I can't accept that, sir. As a Wells Fargo employee.
You're not a Wells Fargo employee any longer because I fired you. But as of tomorrow, you resume your duties here.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Suppose I hadn't taken my gloves off that day on the stage with Crothers.
Then he'd have thrown out his own handkerchief as a signal. Your glove gave him a wonderful opportunity to use something that could never be traced to him.
And you never told my uncle about it?
No,
I'm glad.
but I kept it.
Why?
So I'd have something of yours to carry over my heart.
Jim, darling.
All of which goes to show there's no such thing as a perfect crime. Somebody, someday, in some way, catches up with the criminal. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country.
This is Fort Benton, a small army post far up the Missouri River in Dakota Territory, where a young naval lieutenant is just reporting to the post commander, who resents anything or anybody who is not Army. I call this story Sailor on a Horse.
Come in.
Sergeant Metcalf has returned with Lieutenant Drysdale, sir.
Lieutenant Drysdale?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, Lieutenant Drysdale. Send him in.
Sergeant?
You're to report back here in 8 days, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
You're a day late, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Was the boat from St. Louis a day late, Sergeant?
No, sir. It was my fault, sir. Being unaccustomed to riding horseback, I couldn't make the necessary distance every day.
For being a day late, Sergeant, you'll be docked a day's pay. Dismissed.
But it wasn't his fault, sir.
Twice since you've entered my office, Drysdale, you've addressed me without my permission.
I was just trying to explain about the sergeant.
And that makes the third time. Talking out of turn seems to be your weakness, Drysdale. According to this report, that's why you were sent out here, for arguing with your superiors.
I was proven right, sir.
I'm afraid you're going to be a problem, Drysdale.
Lieutenant Drysdale, sir.
I recognize only Army commissions out here.
Navy commissions are entitled to equal recognition, sir.
Yes, yes. I'm afraid you're going to be a problem.
The Major will be happy to know I won't be a problem long. If he would give me a detail of men and the necessary equipment, I would be out of here and on my way in 2 days.
On your way? Where to?
To chart and report on the navigability of the Missouri River to its source, sir. Here are my orders.
Orderly. Have the quartermaster issue a rifle, saddle, and sidearms for Drysdale. He's going out on the next patrol with Lieutenant Whitcomb.
Those orders can't be ignored, sir. I have a report to make.
I'll tell you what to report. You report that the Missouri River runs west from here. That it's water clear to its source. That beyond that it's snow. Orderly.
This way, Lieutenant.
It's Mr. Drysdale.
Yes, sir.
Close the gate.
There's activity down there, all right. We're too far to tell what kind.
Here. Try this.
Telescope?
Navy issue. Just slide it in and out till you get your bearing.
Huh?
I mean a good view.
At least 1,000 of them. A war council. There's a Sioux war bonnet. And the war regalia of an Assiniboine chief. Sioux and the Assiniboine have joined forces.
Meaning what?
Meaning we've got twice as much trouble on our hands. Come on. We better get back to the fort and make a report. What's all that for?
I'm taking a bearing so I can tell the exact location of the Indian.
Well, you mean you can pinpoint the spot with that?
That's right. This is my nautical almanac. This is my azimuth compass. This is my correctional solar attachment.
They're all. Yeah, I know. Navy issue.
That's right. How'd you get?
Lieutenant! Drysdale, it's too late to help. Come on.
Lieutenant Drysdale, sir.
Mr. Drysdale.
I mean, Mr. Drysdale.
Send him in.
Come in, Mr. Drysdale.
You're supposed to be out on patrol, Drysdale.
Lieutenant Whitcomb is dead, sir. Also Private Jones, Indian Scouting Party.
Where were you when they were killed?
I was with them, sir.
How long ago did this happen?
4½ days.
You found your way back alone?
Yes, sir. It's easy if you know celestial and solar navigation. Lieutenant Whitcomb had a report, sir. The Sioux and the Assiniboine have joined forces.
Joined forces? The Assiniboine are hundreds of miles to the west of here.
They've joined with the Sioux and War Council. You should be prepared for an attack of at least 1,000 savages.
You seem to be unusually well informed, Drysdale.
I know what I saw.
And you saw 1,000 Sioux and Assiniboine, eh?
Yes, sir. Their position? 112 degrees by 24 minutes north, 47 degrees by 24 minutes west, or approximately 130 land miles northwest of here.
I want you to make this report in writing, Drysdale. I'm going to send a patrol out to this area. Now, if they don't find evidence of what you saw, come in.
Major, Sentry reports the approach of 2 Braves carrying a truce lance.
Truce, eh? Your so-called 1,000 Indians come to sue for peace. Tell them my term to surrender or be annihilated.
Didn't come to ask for peace, sir.
Then why did they come?
They're Sioux and Assiniboine sub-chiefs. They speak for 1,000 warriors on both sides of the river. If we agree to abandon the fort, they promise safe passage to Fort Union. We've 5 days to make a decision. If we don't leave,
Trying to scare us out.
They're not bluffing, Major. I saw.
I don't need your views, Drysdale.
Abandoning ship to come back to return and fight on better terms is no disgrace, sir.
Under my command, we face the enemy. I'll never give up this fort. Never! Evening, Metcalf.
evening, sir.
You seem nervous.
Nervous, sir?
Yes, nervous. What is it, Sergeant?
It's these war drums, sir. 4 days they've been at it. I can't help but thinking about tomorrow being the 5th day.
Don't tell me you've fallen for that bluff of theirs.
It might not be a bluff, sir. Lieutenant Drysdale was certain he saw you.
I'm just as certain he didn't. Sergeant, the canvas has been missing from several of the supply wagons. Why?
Needed repairing, sir.
Also, the reports show that Private Clark borrowed carpenter tools from the supply corporal. Why?
He likes to build things, sir. Used to be a carpenter.
In Drysdale, it seems, has been issued an unusual amount of writing material. Why?
You'll have to ask him that, Major.
Sure brace this well. The mast, and there's a lot of strain on it.
Get some more pitch.
Good. Now we've finished sealing the house.
How fast do you figure this boat will go, Lieutenant?
Oh, fast enough to outrun those Indian canoes. A little breeze. Caulk that well.
You know, I ain't never saddled a sailboat before. It's gonna be real interesting. Well, I gotta get back to duty. Be back later.
Right, Ken. Shh. Use the muffled end.
How's it going, Lieutenant?
Pretty good. Let's call it a night, man.
What about the mast? We haven't put that up yet.
Well, we can step her when we get outside. It's only a matter of a few minutes.
Sure wouldn't take any prize for looks.
All I hope is it takes us out of here if the need arises.
Hello, Drysdale.
I didn't expect to see you here, sir.
Of course not. I'm not an architect, but these don't strike me as being fortification plans.
Well, they're not, sir.
Curious to know exactly what they are.
Exercise and sea draftsmanship, sir.
Is it necessary in this exercise to have pitch on your hands and trousers? You're building a boat, Drysdale. Where is it? I asked you a question. Do you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Then answer me!
I regret, sir, I cannot answer.
You mean you refuse? So you regret, do you? You'll regret it more when you face court-martial on charges of insubordination. A boat was built on this fort. Its purpose? A cowardly retreat. Doesn't sound very pretty, does it? Yet that's why it was built. And there's the man responsible.
If the Major please, I'd like to explain.
The Major does not please. Orderly! You built that boat without my permission, Drysdale. Now I want you to destroy it.
You can't be serious, sir. That could mean the difference between life and death of every man here.
From what? A handful of Indians with war drums? Carry on with it. Let's have no more discussion on the matter.
I'm sorry, sir. I must refuse.
Refusal to carry out an order is mutiny, Drysdale.
That could mean the safety of every man here.
Pick up that axe and carry out that command, or I'll shoot you right where you stand.
Call the stations! Man your parapets!
What's the count?
I've been lucky so far, sir. Only 5 dead. But the average is against us.
That's fetus talk, Sergeant.
I'm only trying to explain the situation, Major. As fast as we push back one wave of Indians, another one comes.
Now you're arguing with me. Just like Drysdale. I don't care how many Indians there are out there. I'll never give up this fort. Never.
Supply sergeant reports the ammunition's running low, sir.
I'll tell Sergeant Metcalf to tell the men to save the ammunition.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing away from your station?
I came to speak to you about the boat again, sir. There's a breeze coming up, and if we...
I'll not abandon this fort.
It'll only be temporarily, Major.
I'll not abandon this fort.
Can't you see your position is hopeless? If you persist in this useless defense, you'll be responsible for the lives of everybody.
Don't you try to place the blame for this on me.
You're in command.
Yes, and if I lose this battle, it'll be because of you and that boat.
What?
Yes, you destroyed my men, their morale, their will to fight. All because you know that they've got that boat to escape in, and so do they.
That's ridiculous. No one can fight any harder than they are.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'll show you how hard they can fight. Wait till you see how hard they'll fight when they know they've got no boat to escape in.
Major! Major!
Stop that pistol, Drysdale. Go on! Don't you try to follow me. You're gonna get that wall. Hurry up! Over here! Over there! Get that wall! Stand back! Get back!
Major!
Get back!
Our only chance! Give me that axe!
You see how they'll fight!
Major,
You see!
Major,
I'll
show you!
Drag him up!
Like his leg's broken.
I hit his head pretty hard. Might have a concussion, too.
As ranking officer, I'm taking over.
Right, Lieutenant.
That suits us fine.
The fighting stopped. Get someone to help you with Major Creel. Get him to sick bay.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean, Sergeant?
They're getting ready for a sundown attack. That means they'll storm us with every man this time. Try to clean us out in one sweep.
We'll have to move fast. Take a half a dozen men and get that boat to the river gate. Private Clark will show you how to use the log rollers.
Yes, so we'll be ready to sail in no time.
Unfortunately, we won't be ready to sail there's sufficient wind.
Yes, sir.
All right, open the gate and get this boat in the water.
Here they come.
Tell your men to stay at their stations until they hear the bugler, and then run for this gate.
Yes, sir.
Private Martin, go tell the doctor to get Major Creel and the other injured ready to move. Ordway, go to the storeroom and get the canoe paddles. We need a little help with this breeze.
Yes, sir.
You 7 men, leave your weapons here. Go help the doctor move the injured. Bugler, blow a tree.
down, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir.
My adjutant take care of your men all right?
Yes, sir. May I ask how Major Creel is, sir?
Physically, he'll be all right, but only time will tell whether he'll be able to return to active service. I've been very much interested in your report, Lieutenant, the situation at Fort Benton. Major Creel served under me at Fort Union before he got this command.
I tried to give an unbiased account, sir.
Yes, it reads that way. Too bad about the Major. The strain of prolonged duty sometimes plays some pretty serious tricks with a man, Lieutenant. The worst of it is we don't always see it coming until it's too late. Well, I suppose you'll be anxious to return to sea.
Oh, yes, sir. But first I want to go back to Fort Benton.
You do? Why?
I promised myself I would. Besides, that river's great for sailing.
Happy sailing, Lieutenant.
Thank you, sir.
And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. This is one of those fabulous stories that could only have happened in pioneer days with the opening up of new country. It is the year 1865. Washington Territory is still largely a wilderness. Its settlements along Puget Sound populated by young men who have answered the call to the Northwest. What is needed now is women. Women with good background and education to become wives to these men, to help establish homes and families, bring a civilizing influence into the territory. Where to find them? The answer was provided by Mercer Girl. So called because it was Mr. Asa Mercer who had the idea of coming east and recruiting a shipload of brides from New England, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore.
The meeting begins at 8. We'd better get there early if we want good seats.
We? Annie Stevens, wild horses wouldn't drag me there.
Why not?
Well, you think I'd put myself up in a matrimonial block?
You know you'd like to get married, Lizzie.
But not to a lot of strangers.
Let's face it. There aren't too many men left to choose from here. Since the war.
Do you have to remind me that I've lost every one of my fiancés?
Out there, it's just the opposite. The ratio of men to women is 9 to 1.
9 to 1? We'd be surrounded. It fairly makes me shiver.
You could have my 9 too, Lizzie. I'm dying to go out to the Northwest. But not for a husband. I want to teach.
You and your career.
What an opportunity to carry learning to a new frontier.
I don't think that this Mr. What's-his-name, Mercer, would take you. He's only interested in brides.
Why, he's an educator himself, Lizzie. He is head of the Territorial University out there.
I still think he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Some of the most influential men in the country are behind him. The governor of Massachusetts, The Honorable Peter Cooper. The Reverend Edward Everett Hale. He turned over his pulpit in Boston one Sunday to Mr. Mercer.
You mean they're taking old maids from New England?
They've lost their men, too, in the war.
Annie, I will accompany you to the meeting this evening.
Good.
I wish I could convey to you ladies something of the beauty and grandeur of that Northwest country, of the blueness of its waters and skies, the magnificence of its forests and mountains.
I thought he'd have gray hair and a goatee. He's young. Hush.
As head of the Territory's Institution of Higher Learning, I've had occasion to visit the various camps and settlements. I know the loneliness of those men, how they long for the care, comfort, and companionship that only a good woman can give them. The women that I am appealing to are women of culture, versed in the art of housekeeping and homemaking, who will ensure the future of the territory. I have already signed up more than 300. If there are any among you who are interested, I shall be glad to talk to you after the meeting. Thank you.
Perhaps I wouldn't qualify, sir. You see, I want to go out to teach, not to marry.
My dear Miss,
Stevens, spelled with a PH.
there is no compulsion to marry. One young lady from Fall River, I believe, wishes to go out as a seamstress. We need women who can sew and teach.
Then I'm ready to sign up.
Good. Here's a form.
My goodness. You gotta give character references.
Naturally.
When do you plan to sail, Mr. Mercer?
I'm on my way to Washington now to check the final arrangements with General Grant. I'll notify you as soon as I know the date of departure.
I put the matter before President Johnson and the Cabinet. Got their approval.
I'm most grateful to you, General Grant.
Not at all. I know what it's like. I was stationed on a post in Vancouver once for months. The longest, loneliest months I ever spent.
The government then will consign me a ship.
Here's the order, all made out. One sailing ship, fully manned and provisioned, with a capacity to carry 500 passengers. Take this around to the Quartermaster General's office, and he'll put it through for you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, General Grant.
Impossible.
Impossible? But it's been signed by General Ulysses Grant, sir.
I don't care who signed it. I won't honor it.
But, sir,
the government can't consign you a ship under any circumstances, Mr. Mercer. Next.
But what am I to do with all these women, these 500 brides of mine?
500 brides? Who do you think you are, King Solomon?
How am I going to face all those bachelors back in Washington Territory who financed my trip east?
You really have 500 young females on your hands?
Yes.
I always heard they did things out west in a big way, but... Look, I still can't consign a ship and a crew to you, Mr. Mercer. There's no law to justify it. But I tell you what I will do. I'll condemn one of the government ships and let you buy her.
Buy it?
The sailing ship Continental. You can have her for $80,000.
Where will I find $80,000?
Where did you find 500 women?
He appears to have run into a little difficulty in Washington.
Maybe he couldn't furnish character references.
Lizzie, how can you say such a thing? After meeting the man, talking with him? He says this is only a temporary postponement. He's gone to New York to make some new contacts.
I wonder how his wife feels about the whole thing.
His wife?
Well, he's married, isn't he?
I'm sure I don't know.
He must be anyone that handsome. And I bet she thinks just what I think.
And so I've come to you, Mr. Holliday, because, well, frankly, I need an angel.
With 500 on your hands already? What you mean is you need some money.
$80,000.
And what makes you think that I'd be likely to come up with it?
Because you've done more than any one man to open up the West, Mr. Holliday. You own half the stage routes out there, and now you're planning on building ship lines, aren't you?
For a college professor, you're not so dumb. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the $80,000 for, what's the name of the ship?
Continental.
Outfit it and transport your young women from New York to the West Coast, with the understanding that the ship then becomes my property. Agreed?
Agreed, sir. I'm most grateful to you for coming to my assistance. Thank you, sir.
What did I tell you? It's all settled. We report in New York not later than November 15th.
We?
Oh, I mean me. I sail on the ship Continental, procured from the United States government, seaworthy and completely sound. Man with sailors.
I never thought of that.
I'm going to start packing my book.
Annie, I'm going with you.
Lizzie!
Well, I couldn't bear to think of you taking that long, dangerous journey alone.
Oh, Lizzie, I'm so happy.
Good afternoon. I'm Todd of the Times.
A newspaper reporter.
You're, both Mercer girls?
We are members of Mr. Mercer's party. That's what you mean.
And you still plan to go? In spite of the article that has appeared?
Article.
Oh, not in my paper. We'd never questioned Mr. Mercer's motives. It was in a rival sheet, the New York Herald. You haven't read it?
We only just arrived from Baltimore.
We expected to find Mr. Mercer here.
He's probably gone out to kill the editor of the Herald.
What did the article say?
Well, perhaps you'd better read it for yourself. Personally, I don't think there's a word of truth in it. But it would make a girl pause and consider. Right there on the front page.
Of all the scurrilous attacks, guilty of entrapping hundreds of innocent young women, luring them west for the purpose of... Move your thumb at me so I can see.
Here comes Mercer now.
Hello. Miss Stevens, Miss Ordway.
Mr. Mercer, how many cancellations have you had? Todd of the New York Times.
I'm not giving out any interviews.
This is perfectly outrageous. You should sue for libel, Mr. Mercer.
Unfortunately, the damage has already been done.
Then girls are dropping out. Uh-oh. Here go two more.
Ladies, that article is a lie, from beginning to end. This expedition has the endorsement of educators, ministers, and statesmen. Ladies, please.
Telegrams for Mr. Mercer.
Here.
More cancellations, I'll bet.
All ashore.
Goodbye, America. For goodness sake, where do you think Washington Territory is?
The other side of the world.
Well, how are you feeling now, Mr. Mercer?
The way Moses must have felt when the Exodus finally...
Todd of the Times.
What are you doing here?
Came along to cover the story.
Who gave you permission?
Well, there seemed to be plenty of room on board. And I'm only too glad to pay for my passage. $100 a head, I understand.
Now that you young ladies have your sea legs, limbs, I should like to arrange a daily schedule for the voyage. Each morning, I recommend a brisk constitutional around the deck. Afternoons may be profitably occupied with needlework and writing in your diaries. In the evenings, I shall give a series of lectures on the Northwest. Today is the 24th of January. We should reach Seattle by the end of April. Dale Valenti.
What does that mean, Mr. Mercer?
It means, God willing.
Ask me, he thinks he's the Almighty.
Mr. Todd, that's sacrilege.
Oh, please. I want to talk to you.
There are 95 other girls on board.
But you're the only one I care about. Why do you think I came along on this female exodus?
To write the story for your paper.
Because I saw you.
Mr. Todd.
You're not going to throw yourself away on some backwoodsman in the wilderness?
You better not let Mr. Mercer hear you talk like that.
Mercer, the first port this ship puts in, you and I are going ashore and get married.
You mean alone? Oh, Toddy, you wicked man.
Good evening, Mr. Mercer.
Good evening, Miss Stevens. You're up rather late, aren't you?
I wanted to be on deck when we crossed the equator. I thought as a geography teacher it would be an experience.
You won't see very much, except the moon.
Isn't it thrilling?
The moon?
The equator.
It's just an imaginary line encircling the Earth.
Are you talking about the terrestrial equator or the magnetic equator?
Does it matter?
They're not the same thing at all, Mr. Mercer. To be sure, they rarely coincide. But the magnetic equator is that line, imaginary as you say, along which the Earth's magnetic force is zero.
Magnetism. Zero.
That's correct.
My guess is we're crossing it this minute.
Sailor suits are so cute.
You gonna pack your stuff and come ashore with me, or aren't you?
Now, Toddy, don't press me.
Press you? It's been 2 months since we left New York, and at every port you've made excuses.
Oh, but they've been such dreadful and civilized places.
Well, this isn't. We're anchored in the harbor of Valparaiso, Chile. If you don't marry me here, you won't get another chance until the Galapagos Islands.
Now, Toddy, it isn't that I don't love you. I think you're the most fascinating man I've met in ages.
I'm beginning to think you're nothing but a flirt, Lizzie Ordway.
Oh.
What's that?
Man on board! He nearly landed in my lap.
Allow me to introduce myself. Don Federico Victorino Bilbao of Valleplacio. I came as ambassador for the caballeros of our city. Word reached our ears of a shipload of American senoritas in the harbor. Young and beautiful. And reports were not exaggerated.
I could swoon.
With the permission of the captain and your dueña, we should like to welcome you ashore this evening as our guest at fiesta. Well, where is your dueña?
What's going on here?
You are their dueña, senor.
I'm in charge, yes.
My credentials, senor.
I don't read Spanish. What is it you want?
Company of your fair passengers, senor.
He's invited us to a siesta.
Fiesta. Tonight.
Well, that's very kind of you, sir. But I'm afraid I shall have to refuse.
Oh.
Nobody is allowed ashore.
It would be a great disappointment to the young men of Valparaiso. They had anticipated teaching the senoritas from the north of Fandango.
Oh.
These young ladies are my personal responsibility. The answer is an unequivocal no.
Oh, darn it.
That infernal music. I suspect they're keeping it up just to aggravate us.
Not the Spanish. They're much too polite. Don Federico Victorino Bilbao. Perfect gentleman.
You can understand my point of view, though.
Oh, you made it quite plain.
And you approve?
To be perfectly honest with you, Mr. Mercer, I don't.
Miss Stevens.
This has been a long, dull, tiresome voyage. The girls are starving for some fun.
I've tried to provide entertainment.
Playing proverbs, singing hymns. They need fun. Put yourself in their place, Mr. Mercer. Sailing to a new, strange land, not knowing what lies ahead. They're homesick, a little frightened. Most of all, they're bored.
I have a duty, Miss Stevens.
Oh, I know.
I guaranteed to deliver these girls to Seattle, and there I'm going to deliver them.
What difference would one evening ashore make?
With those handsome Chileans, why, it might change a girl's whole life.
Oh, don't be such a prude.
Prude?
You may be a fine educator, but as a man, you're cold and stiff and inhuman.
Miss Stevens, you're a fine one to talk. You know what I want to do whenever I'm near you?
No.
I want to shake you. You're the prettiest girl aboard. You've got everything to attract a man. And what does your conversation consist of? Terrestrial and magnetic equator. Syntax and Plato's Republic. I beg your pardon. I must have forgotten myself.
I think you did.
Good night, Miss Stevens. This marks the end of our passage aboard the Continental. Arrangements will be made for further transportation from here to Seattle as soon as possible. Check the bulletin board at the main stairway for further instructions. That's all for now.
Here's your last chance, Lizzie. I'm quitting the party here.
Toddy, I can't bear it.
Well, then come ashore and marry me.
Oh, I'm just torn. I feel I should go on to Seattle.
And see what they have to offer there?
Now, Toddy.
Well, you know where to reach me. Todd of the New York Times.
If you prefer to remain in San Francisco, Miss Stevens, you are at perfect liberty to do so.
Not go on to Seattle?
You still plan to teach?
Of course.
Well, I think it only fair to point out that the opportunities are far more lucrative and more numerous in San Francisco than in Washington Territory.
Then I'm being dismissed.
Well, so long, Mr. Mercer. Thanks for the boat ride. Hope to see you in New York on your next safari. Well, it's true, isn't it, that this is only the first of many that you contemplate?
Mr. Todd, when I deliver this shipload of young women to Seattle, God willing, I am through with women for the rest of my life. Well, Miss Stevens?
I think I'll continue to the end of the journey, if it's all the same to you.
It has taken me over a year to accomplish my mission. I have bankrupted myself in the process. But I have done what I promised I would do. I have brought you a shipload of young women. Virtuous, refined, splendid young women who will gladden your lives, make beautiful homes, and assist in the development of the great Northwest. This gathering tonight is to give you all a chance to get acquainted. Formal introductions are not necessary. So, without further ado, on with the dance.
first wedding took place within a week. By the end of 6 months, all the girls were married except one. And she remained a spinster all her life. The Mercer girls, without exception, proved to be a wonderful influence in the Northwest. Families in Washington and Oregon today take pride in being descended from them. What about Asa Mercer himself? Well, the records show that on July 15, 1866, Miss Annie Stevens of Baltimore became the Mercer girl for life.
আচ্ছা আপনি ওই দিন আপনার আম্মার সামনে আমার লগে এরকম ব্যবহার করছেন কেন?
আমার ইচ্ছে হয়েছে আমি করছি, আর আমার পিছে ঘুরে লাভ নেই।
কেন? আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি না, করবো না কেন?
বেহায়া মেয়ে রে বাবা, তোমার তো আমি ক্লিয়ার করে বলছি যে আমি তোমার বিয়ে করবো না।
আরে আপনার আম্মাই তো আমার পছন্দ করছো, তো আপনি শাদি করবেন না কেন?
তাহলে তারই বিয়েটা করো।
সি 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 আস্তাগফিরুল্লাহ, কি কইতাছেন? আমি আপনার আম্মারে কেন শাদি করব? আমি তো আপনার শাদি করব। আর আপনি যদি আমার শাদি না করছেন তাহলে কয়ে দিলাম ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম আমার হাতে লিখুন।
তোমার যা ইচ্ছা তুমি তাই করো, আমি একদমই ভয় পাই না। আগের বার মাইনে নিছি, খেলা ছিল দেখা, এটা খেলা না, এটা আমার জীবন। আমি জীবন নিয়ে ছেলে খেলা করতে পারবো না।
আমি হাঁচা হাঁচা কইতেছি, আমি কিন্তু ব্লেড দিয়ে
হাতে পায়ে গলায় মুখে সব জায়গায় যেখানে ইচ্ছা সেখানে লেখো, ইংরেজি বাংলা ফার্সি যেটাতে পারো সেটাতেই লেখো, আমার কিচ্ছু যায় আসে না।
আপনার আমি শেষবারের মতো কইতেছি, আপনারা আর বেশি সময় দিব না, শুধুমাত্র 12 ঘন্টা সময় দিলাম। এই 12 ঘন্টার মধ্যে আপনি আপনার মত বদলাইবেন, নাহলে কইলাম আমি হাঁচায় ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম লিখে ফেলাম, আমার কেউ আটকাইতে পারবো না।
আরামসে তুমি সিগারেট টানো, বুঝো নাই শান্তিতে, আর ওদিক দিয়ে কাম সারছে।
আরে শুনোস না, ওই মেয়ে তো ডেঞ্জারাস একটা ঘটনা ঘটায় ফেলছে। লেট দিয়ে হাত কাটছে, এখন কি গো মামা?
ওই মেয়েটা
বস কি মামা? হাত
কেন? ওই মেয়ের তোর কোনো কথা হয়েছিল?
কালকে রাত্রেবেলা বাসার সামনে এসে দাঁড়ায় ছিল, আমার 12 ঘন্টার আলটিমেটাম দিছে।
এই কিসের আলটিমেটাম দিছে রে? হ্যাঁ
আরে ওই বিয়াতে রাজি না হইলে কি জানি।
এই কথা তুই আগে কবি না।
আরে আমি কি বুঝছি নাকি?
আরে না বাবার কি আছে, বুঝোস না, মেয়েটা তো ডেঞ্জারাস। এখন যদি কিছু হয়ে যায় মামা, আমাকে তো পুলিশে ধরে নিয়ে যাবে।
আমি কি করছি?
ও আমি কি করছি কিছু জানো না? না ওই বেটা আইনার মারপে জানো, জীবনে তো থানায় তুই যাস্তে জানবি কেন? থানায় আমি গেছি জানি। ফোন যে কোনো হলে আত্মহত্যা প্ররোচনকারী যেই হোক লাগে, তার নাম যদি একবার থানায় গিয়ে কয় মামা, তাহলে তোর খবর আছে। এখন তুই কি করবি তুই চিন্তা করে দেখ।
কি করছে সব? এই লাইলি বাইচা আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ শুনলাম ও তো বাইচা আছে।
কোন হসপিটাল আছে? আমি যাই একটু দেখা করে আসি।
হসপিটালে যাই দেখা করে, হসপিটাল থাকলে তখন তুমি চৈত শিকার ভিত্তা থাকলা, বুঝো নাই? আর তুমি যাই হয়তো বাসায় আছে। এই তুই কি ওর বাসায় যাবি?
তুই যাবি মামা?
হায় রে খোদা, তুমি আইস, আমি জানতাম তুমি আইবা। আমি লাইলে রে কইছি তুমি আসবা। চ্যাংরা হও আর রক্ত গরম হও, মানুষ তো, তোমার মনের ভিতরে সেই প্রেমটা আছে।
আচ্ছা আমি লাইলির সাথে একটু দেখা করবো।
লাইলির সাথে দেখা করবা?
কেমন আছে ও?
আছে বাবা, আসো আসো, তোমার আমি একটু দেখা করাতে আসো।
এইসব কি?
প্লেট দিয়ে তোমার নাম লিখছি, বানান ঠিক আছে?
একদম ঠিক আছে। কিন্তু কি বলো বাইক না, ভালো হয়েছে না? আমি কিন্তু লাইলিতে কইছিলাম যে লাইলি একটা ছবি তুইলা ওরা পাঠাই দে। ওই কইছে যে না, কিছু জিনিস আছে এগুলো ছবি তুলে পাঠালে সঠিকভাবে দেখা যায় না, সামনাসামনি দেখতে হয়। এর লেগে তো এতক্ষণ ধরে তোমার জন্য অপেক্ষা করতেছি।
এইসব পাগলামির কোনো মানে আছে?
আছে না, তোমার আমি শাদি করব, তুমি আমার শাদি করবা, করবা না?
এই তুমি কি আমার বলদ পাইছো? বলদ এই পাশে দাঁড়ানো লোকটার মতো।
নিলে তুমি আমার মামার নিয়ে কি করতেছো?
আমি বলবো তুমি শুনবা। মানে এই যদি তোমার হাত কাটার নমুনা হয়, হ্যাঁ আমি জানলে আমি জীবনেও আসতাম না। আর যদি হাত সত্যি সত্যি কাটতাও তাও আসতাম না, কোনো লাভই হইতো না। আমি তোমারে বিয়ে করব না। তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শুধুমাত্র মজা নেওয়া যায়, বাড়ির বউ করা যায় না। তোমার মধ্যে ওই রকম কোনো এলিমেন্টই নাই।
তুমি একটু বেশি বেশি করতেছো না?
এই মাঝখান দিয়ে ঢুকে গেলেন? হ্যাঁ সাদে কি আপনার মানুষে হাবলু কয়? এর লেগে আপনার হাবলু কয়। আর ঢুকছেন যখন, তখন আমারে না বুঝায় আপনার এই ড্রামাবাজ ভাগ্নিরে বুঝান। আমি ওরে বিয়ে করব না, আমি মরে গেলে ওরে বিয়ে করব না। মানে নিজের তো কোনো মান সম্মান নাই, পরিবারের মান সম্মানটা যদি খোয়াইতে না চাও তাহলে এসব বন্ধ করো। সবার সামনে অপমান করবো নাইলে।
থাক ভাগ্নি, তুই কষ্ট পাইস না। হয় তোরা বুঝতে পারে নাই, আর যেদিন বুঝতে পারবো ওই কান্দা বুক চাপলাইবো, তখন বুঝবো যে কি জিনিস হারাইছি। তুই কান্দিস না ভাগ্নি, একদম কান্দিস না। তুই থাক, আমি আইতাছি, দেখতেছি।
Rồi xong nhiệm vụ đây. Cút thật ra này ha ha, thầy khóa lại. Mày nhờn good landing. Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn và chỉ, binh và chi, linh và linh, binh chi linh. Hỗ trợ để cho cút khảm bảo thạch à, khổng lồ tí hoan. What the hell? Thế đi, cứ thế đi. Ô, what the hell? Cái gì đây? Trốn đâu? Không leo lối được. Okay. Trốn bro. Ô, chưa có đồ rồi. Mày xin ra mà trốn đâu? Mấy chấm là xin ra 51 à? Còn 9 phút nữa thấy xong chỉ cần là đeo rồi. Bình. Mèo 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 bay lên cao như con cao, bay lên cao như con cao. Ui khỏe thế, bài này khỏe đét. Chịu rồi, tao lên cô nhảy lên nhớ em đánh. 74 máu à, xin ra rồi, sự là binh chi và linh ấy. Ô cái gì đấy? Ấn thuật sĩ à? Tam hợp là rồi Arcane. Rồi không ai tranh bài. Phải cút. Cút ngay. Rồi xong. Thờ Red 2 à? Asia lắp ấn định mệnh, găng tay, găng bảo thạch với cả một cái sojin là xong rồi. Giờ thêm đồ cho Syndra này, Syndra rồi. Giờ thiếu đồ Syndra mới là vấn đề chứ. Đi chợ nhặt thôi, đi chợ giờ sẽ cần gì trước? Giờ mình sẽ cần một cái cung hoặc là một cái mũ phù thủy ngay lập tức. À thằng đánh bộ khởi đầu à? Cũng ghê. Mai thì thắng. Mai thắng. Sau 15 giây thì Mai thắng. 453 củ mà anh chưa đủ tiền, anh thiếu cận 250 củ nữa. 254 củ. Sợ đất và đồ đấy. Nhặt thêm chút năng lượng ra cho binh. Mà lên cao như con cao. Wow 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 wow. Cút rồi. Ui Cinderella. Nhưng mà lại là một cái đai máu. Rồi mất cái cung thôi lấy Cinderella. Đây là một con Cinderella thứ hai. Thôi kệ đi, bây giờ là Pandora lõi sau. Vua rồi. Chắc thế. Còn đồ cho on nhở. Đéo đánh on nữa thành thằng Red 3 đấy. Nhưng mà on nhảy đồ. Nào kẹt thôi. Quên mất. I'm sorry bro. Ra là một quỷ thư. Quỷ nó lắp lại mà chơi à. 2 Cinderella. Giờ sẽ phải lên 6 đến 7 nha. Wow wow wow. Trôn không thấy. Trôn nhỉ. Trôn điết. Là ông à. Không ai để tranh bài. Bình. Rồi cái đánh thần rừng thần thoại vậy. Trôn tao. Thần tài à. Mấy thần tài cơ. Một thằng này. Một thần mà một ấn đấy mà. Mà đánh khỏe bài trôn tao. Mấy thần tài đánh bài khỏe vậy. What the hell. Không có thăng hoa chắc cút. Chịu rồi. Biết đấy, biết đép mà. Kinh khủng ấy. Sắp với 305 mà vẫn còn tận 48 máu. Sự anh ấy sự kinh khủng đép ấy. Có mấy vàng cho 5 vàng cũng đuổi. Rồi xong. Cái gì cơ? Cái gì cơ? Ở nhà thế lắp cái này cho thằng Red bình. Bình. Cái này. Sao thế nhỉ? Sao thế ít nhỉ? Đổ boom. Cho nó. Không quá rồi. Rồi cút. Xong cút. Mèo. Cái gì đấy? Lò đắc bù làm mau vậy anh. Chuẩn không vậy. Để lái nha, thầy lái tốc độ cao xem có lái không. Từ từ. Mày ấy á, xít được. So Riot Cat in high speed đấy. Chuẩn không? Hay á? Không được. Sửa tốc độ cao. Tốc độ cao đét mà. Rồi một lần. 2 lần thứ hai. 300 lap à? 400 lap. Chuẩn không thầy? Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Ui tốc độ cao đấy. 378 lap cho 400. Hay à, chúng ta thua. Bài khỏe đấy. 2299 á. Bài đấu sĩ á. Mình lắp vào mày đéo ăn uống đầy đủ nhỉ. Thằng này được ăn uống đầy đủ. 2299 là phải không? Không. Tự đầu chuyển hóa bàn đấu. Đúng đi em.
Đúng.
Ô. Ở chân. Này em. Thua rồi.
Chuẩn bị ăn đi sang xuống dưới.
Không biết. Ok thầy ơi. Mai sẽ ra Riot Cat. Lâu rồi. 15 phút. Well played bro. Lái luôn đấy, lái bình vua lái racing boy. Nhốt luôn, chết không? Ngồi đi, đéo đi à? Vào nó kèm rất siêu linh, đéo đủ mana để chết. Được, cũng là khỏe rồi ra. Đánh bài gì với cả Nautilus 2? Cảnh vệ này, 3 cảnh vệ rồi, 4 cảnh vệ, cảnh vệ 2 luôn, còn biết. Thử xem ra cái gì á? Có cảnh vệ à? Ui, bài này đánh As cảnh vệ nhở? Hóa cung xanh à? Được phết. As cảnh vệ. Nó thì lướt này. As cảnh vệ rồi. Đánh chung bài 4 tranh. Cảnh vệ, As cảnh vệ thì sẽ là phần đâu rồi? What the hell? Catlin đâu? Đây. Đây. Thôi cái này sao mình nhớ mà. Kệ đi. Cứ cho cảnh vệ vào đã. Vui cỡ, điểm vui cỡ. Rồi, vừa đủ. Vừa đẹp. Cung xanh này. Vô cực rồi. Cung xanh vô cực với cả cuồng đao à? Dấu có cuồng đao, xít quá. Chắc là chim quá rồi. Chắc thế. 82 máu à? Trốn nhỉ? Sẽ một chút trốn đấy. Mình sẽ lái cái này trước. Ok. Tốc độ cao đét. Ok được rồi. Cảnh vậy à? Có nhà đánh sự danh hóa này nó đấy át à? Chưa ai cái con át à? Cái đánh lắc này cũng không phải thôi, không ai át thì lụ. Lụm Nissan mà xin ra chơi. Nắp đổ xin ra tạm đi. Sila là ra tỷ đấu sĩ này, mình muốn đánh thì nhầm, trở thành đấu sĩ tiếp và ra 1 tỷ ấy. Tỷ đấu sĩ ạ, quỷ đéo chịu được. Mà anh đã stop rồi, có thể không? Anh nhầm Bùi Tiến mà xóa, ha. Tí thầy nhót. Thầy nhót này mà bình tĩnh tự tin và tự tin bình đổi bài cái đổ buồm luôn mà sự là khỏe đấy, nhưng mà thầy xoay bài ấy mình chưa xoay. Có Saza hả? Có Rakan hai trăm láp bình và fake 2 lần giáo em chợ sự mình cái chứ cho ngay có tài hiệu 210 láp 42 tỷ 2 triệu một lần. Có chờ nhầm ôi không còn 100 6 15 cái lại sử dụng binh sĩ lính ấy bay một liên liên chương 8 này làm chi một cây đai máu nữa sử dụng làm cái giáp máu à đây hả một bên anh không muốn như em nghĩ khỏe đấy nhưng mà xếp sai bên khác xếp bên là thắng đấy chị ạ đúng là 2 mạng nữa chỉ cái này 33 triệu start rồi tiền cái chứ ngon vừa lên 8 đất và 8 điểm gì có ra xét này không muốn đâu cái này chọn hơn đấy ra sinh ra rồi ngon này tôi sẽ tiền lên 30 tiền nữa nhanh không cái là xong giao chim là đủ tiền còn cái nó nhảy đá gì đó quên ra được nó lại quanh nhiều lần ngoài mắt ngoài thành là thầm trong mắt rồi không biết không anh em tôi lấy cái người sao mà đóng mắt người ta sao người xuống và lắp con sinh ra và xong là 57 nghìn sinh viên con thì rất ăn rồi còn bà sinh viên cũng xanh rồi quỷ à mới thua thì ai cái đánh hay đấy bây giờ anh bốc lửa rồi giờ ngay vậy ngay như điên mà chịu trốn cung xanh à đáy máu ai đây Đúng ra thì buồn lắm rồi buồn lắm em ơi biết trách ơi đấu lên được rồi ôi 18 máu 2 sao nữa thiếu tận 68 tiền cơ mới có 53 tiền chưa đủ bay nữa rồi bay như hack rồi bay khác thì hack đâu mình phải áp file được mà asma chi nhất lava dragon cái cục lava phế mà thấy vẻ hơn vừa này đánh oan nó còn chết cơ thằng thì top 1 bạn cao top 1 vậy thắng top 1 này nếu sao thắng là thằng top 1 rồi phải đáng không vậy bắn nhỉ nhanh ghét thắng đi chưa thắng rồi gần thắng khiếp phải bắn toàn để chiêu bắn được mà đéo có đam what the hell 5 phép chiều rồi toàn 5 phép ạ ra gì à
ইসরায়েলি আগ্রাসন বহু মায়ের বুক খালি করেছে রেহাই পায়নি সদ্যজাত শিশুও চলমান সহিংসতায় প্রায় অর্ধশত শিশুর ঠিকানা হয়েছে কবর হাসপাতালগুলোর দৃশ্য আরো মর্মান্তিক। মৃত্যুর মিছিল দীর্ঘ হতে থাকায় স্বজনহারাদের আহাজারিতে ভারী হয়ে উঠেছে বাতাস। আর আহতদের মধ্যে মৃত্যুর সঙ্গে লড়াই করছেন যারা, তাদের আর
কি বেরহম, নির্লজ্জ, বেহায়া জালেমগুলো হাসপাতাল পর্যন্ত রেহাই দিচ্ছে না।
কিছুই করার নাই গো কাকা।
কিচ্ছু করার নাই?
কি আর করার থাকবো কন? দুর্বলের মায়ের খাওয়াটাই নিয়তি। দুর্বলের পাশে কেউ থাকে না গো কাকা।
হ্যাঁ ফজলে মিয়া, ভালোই বলছো তুমি। দেখো না সারা বিশ্ব কেমন একদম চুপচাপ নিশ্চুপ হয়ে আছে।
সবই সার্থক গো কাকা, যে যার ধান্দায় আছে।
9, 10, 11, 12, মোট 12টা আছে না?
বিকালের মধ্যে পাবো তো?
সন্ধ্যার দিকে আসেন,
লেট করেন না কিন্তু।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, লেট হইব না।
নতুন নাকি?
আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
হ্যাঁ নতুন, কয়দিন ধরে আসছে। নাও সন্ধ্যার মধ্যে ভালো করে করে রাখো।
হ্যাঁ
তাড়াতাড়ি আসো, বসে আছে তোমার জন্য।
আইতেছি। কি রে বাপ, খিদা লাগলে খায়া ফেলবি, আমার লাগে বয়া থাকবি না।
কত কথা শুনে। দেখি তোমার প্লেটটা দাও।
শেষ। আরে ডিম ভাজি রে। তুমি নিলে না?
আমি পরে খাবো।
পরে আর কি খাবা?
আমি সবজি দিয়ে খাবো না, আমি ডিম দিয়ে খাবো।
কেন বাপ, সবজি খাবি না কেন? সবজি না খাইলে বড় হবি না, বুদ্ধি হইব না।
হ্যাঁ কর, মুখ খুলে না, দেখছো? আর স্কুলে ভর্তি করাই দেওয়া দরকার না?
হ্যাঁ দেওয়া তো দরকার। তো মাত্র ঢাকা শহরে এলাম, স্কুলে ভর্তি করালে তো একটু টাকা পয়সা খরচ হবো, টাকা পয়সা জোগাড় যন্ত্র করতে হবে না।
সামনে একটা স্কুল আছে, আমি গেছিলাম। আমার মনে হলো যে ওখানে খুব একটা খরচপাতি লাগবো না, ভর্তি করাই দিই। ওরে
ঠিকঠাক মতো খোঁজ নিছো? মানে ভালোইব?
ভালোই তো মনে হইল।
দেখো তুমি যেটা ভালো মনে করো।
সারাদিন তো টোটো করে ঘুরে বেড়ায়, কই কই যায়, কাগো লগে মিশে, কিছুই তো জানি না। আর এখানে তো কারো চিনিও না।
কি রে ভাব, ঢাকা শহরে এসেই দেখি বন্ধু পাতায় ফেলছিস। তা একটু পড়াশোনা করতে হইব না? হ্যাঁ করতে হইব তো। এই যে তোর পুরান স্কুলের যে বইগুলো আছে, ওইগুলো নিয়েও তো একটু বসতে পারস না?
জিগাও তো পড়ে কিনা।
আমি পড়ি তো।
আবার মিশে কথা থাবর তুমি।
থাক, তুই এখন খা, আজকে আমি তোরে নিয়ে পড়তে পাবো, ঠিক আছে?
হা কর, মুখটা খুলে না, হা কর। বাহ, পানি নিয়ে আসতে।
এটা হইতেছে কাজের আনন্দ, নবকৃষ্ণ ভট্টাচার্য। মৌমাছি মৌমাছি কোথায় যাও নাচি নাচি, দাঁড়াও না একবার ভাই। কি রে এখনই ঘুমাস কেন? একটু পর। ওই ফুল ফোটে বনে, যায় মধু আহরণে, দাঁড়াবার সময় তো নাই। এত হাই তুলতেছিস কেন?
বাকিটা কালকে পড়ি।
কালকে পড়বি?
পড়তে বলেই ঘুমা, হে না?
আমি অনেক পড়ছি।
আবার
কই দে, পেন্সিল দে, আমি তোর এই শব্দার্থগুলো লিখে দেই, এগুলা মুখস্থ করবি।
তুমি দোকানে যাইবা না?
যাবো তো, আর একটু এগুলা দেখা দিয়ে যাই। এগুলা তোর বাসার কাজ, ঠিক আছে? এগুলো মুখস্থ করবি। যে আহরণ মানে হইতেছে সংগ্রহ করা। আহরণ মানে কি?
সংগ্রহ করা।
সংগ্রহ করা। তারপরে হইছে
Chào cô mặt thì sao? Giờ có mặt sao? Phải không? Người anh gãy hết rồi. Người anh gãy hết rồi. À đây rồi. Anh có cách rồi, anh quỳ quay. Anh quỳ quay được cái Vũ này. Chả có mặt giáo. Well, I go. Vậy đâu? Ủa chị bay không? Bay chị bay. Cười ngay. Bài luôn chủ. Đây không? Có tùy không? Chôn bố. 2 tỷ 8 à? Quỷ ác quỷ. Ác quỷ Valorant mà. Vua nghiện. Nghiện lặng quá, sự lặng ấy. À quên mất, tin cần internet rồi anh em ạ. Đó nó đi để tía đi mua đồ đi quân sự cùng với cả bọn bạn nói bằng lòng ấy. Đâu nó bảo không biết có mang máy tính gì kia không này. Bác Hồ à, sự khó không? Rồi sau 45 máu à, thua liên tục rồi. Thua nhiều thắng rồi. 45 máu thua nhiều thắng. Đây rồi. Ôi. Sắp chết rồi. Một không à? Kéo đây. Ê. Xuống đó. Ngoài như cốc à. Bắn trông bắn điên à. What the hell? Tụi học vô. Nhân viên con nét. Chuẩn không? Trời ơi. Nói thằng quả phải hả? Anh có ăn đâu, ăn làm gì, ăn nóng lắm, để muộn ngày. Rồi anh vẫn đẳng cấp hơn à? Anh em tao hỏi mấy chuyện à? Ba chửi luôn không? Thằng ấy chửi, nó chửi trước lấy lại thế không? Chửi trước lấy lại thế. Ui thì cút. Đây, anh đang có khách à? Để mắt xếp lộn đấy. Làm hiền giả, xin ra làm hiền giả đồ đẹp mùi quần của anh đéo nữa. Tàn thua thằng nào nữa, phút thì phụ trời, không phải đánh game quá đen. Rồi, phút đi. 3 tỷ tư à? Anh còn 1 tỷ rưỡi, 1.000 tỷ, 1.500 tỷ nữa sao? Đúng nha. Sao? Vì bớt lần tư thì bớt lần tiếp theo chắc phải 15.000 tỷ đấy. Chôn. Noob. Hả? Kìa. Kể sức mạnh bao nhiêu? Kể sức mạnh bao nhiêu? Còn pet à? Còn pet một con mythic, 2 con legend đấy. Là một con 2,5 mà 2 con 1 mà. Nhưng mà cái sức mạnh bay của anh là 23,15 tỷ. Ừ à. Nhưng mà đéo này rất vui, chồn vô. Em ơi. Lần mà rất vui là cái gì? Rồi. Nhưng mà nó FPS rồi. Cái thằng cầm súng mà không phải nhân vật chính à? Trời nhỉ à? Ghê vậy. 16 lap à? 6 tuổi à? Sắp rồi. Sắp 19. Và nó chuyện với anh em bình. hồi đầu anh cũng nói về game mà, hồi đầu chả phải nói về game. giờ master rồi. Rồi ăn. Đéo hiểu. Ấy à, anh nên để là 5 hiền giả hay là lắp thằng này lên 5 quyền vậy? À, người đít đấy. Mình người đít đi. Giờ nó làm một này. Chuẩn không? Nghe hỏi đéo rồi đây. Đúng rồi. Quay rung lỗ ấy. Tại anh xem máy còn không? Vâng. Là